website? The
Yeah.
Twitch website?
No, not on Twitch. Never
Oh,
mind. Never
okay.
mind. I was just being stupid.
Okay.
Nah.
Well, I restarted the Twitch stream anyway, so. All right. Anyway, um, yeah, we have this magic board and we have this blue stone.
We have 4 blue stones.
Was it 4?
Yeah.
We've only got 3 marked down, but did we find
Yeah.
one in that last group or something?
We
I was
found
saying-
one more in a different chest in this
Okay.
dungeon.
All right. So that
Okay,
seems significant.
Are there any unique markings on the blue stone?
I think I linked this earlier, but I will link it again.
Well, I meant, are there any markings that differentiate the stones from one another?
Not really.
Okay.
I do remember something about this barrier having like 4 sockets or something. I'm thinking those blue stones are going to fit in perfectly.
Then we should definitely rest before we mess with the stones.
yes. Wait, what were you saying about sockets? And
There, around the barrier, there's 4 insets
okay, so yeah,
that are
that
currently empty.
all right. That seems reasonable. That they would the stones would go in there. Yes.
So you guys are going to rest.
Yes.
Definitely.
Where shall you be taking your rest?
Yes, rest. Do we have any healing left?
There's the camp to the north. Here in the
Yes. And the barricades are still up.
Well, yeah. Did the people that were behind those barricades, did they all leave, or are they still there?
Yeah. That
They-
caravan left.
we escorted them out, and they gave
Okay.
us
Right.
loot, if I remember right.
Which is what
Yeah.
we wanted. Okay.
Did I forget, did we distribute that loot?
Yeah, because they gave everyone
A +1 weapon.
loot specific to the character.
Oh, you did.
What
Yes.
did I forgot to put down what I got then.
Yeah, me too. Oh no,
No.
I didn't. I got a +1 composite longbow. All right. I'm assuming that was with strength mods, like my other bow.
Yeah, make the strength mod equivalent to your other bow.
All right. Thank you. Doesn't need to be much. Not that high of a strength, but still.
Do you happen to recall what I received?
I honestly don't.
Didn't we like some kind
Gold,
of...
gold equivalent to a. Since I can't actually use a magic item, how about just the gold equivalent? Because I need to save up a ton before I can actually buy something useful.
What is the gold equivalent to a +1 item?
2,000.
Yeah, 2,000.
roughly 2K.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so where are you guys taking your rest?
I'm going to say behind those barriers by the campfires.
Well, we know outside is safe, and if the undead respawn,
We also know that they respawn. Yeah.
well, maybe the demon might have fixed that, but we have no guarantee of that. So if they do respawn, we're going to have our rest uninterrupted, which
Yep.
defeats the purpose.
Yep.
I say we go ahead and camp outside.
Just means we have to fight back through all of them again.
Yeah, but if that happens, it'll happen no matter what.
Haven't we been crushing their bones into like dust?
We have, but that
But
doesn't
they
necessarily mean
they
that,
sunk into the ground and then were regenerated after we did that.
Just so you guys know, you guys see no bones on the ground right now.
Or they all reformed into the giant thing.
Mhm.
But either way, despite the GM hint there, my character would definitely want to rest outside. It's the more practical thing to do. Says the adventurer.
Mhm. I'm okay with staying outside. It just means that we could very well have a fight getting back in, but that's life.
Well, rather a fight getting back in than a fight in the middle of the night.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed.
Plus, extra experience.
Yep. All right, so we go outside.
Okay.
If it affects things, would our GM please move us all to the front of the cabin?
It really doesn't matter. If it makes you feel
Huzzah.
any better.
So before we rest, did anyone have any healing magic so that we can get Jaworski's help up a bit?
Yeah.
We had a healing wand, but we never found it. All of the loot from your previous character went away, including our healing items.
Did our cleric or oracle have any more spells?
No, he's out. That's why he called for
channels?
divine intervention.
And that
Gotcha.
that caravan never found a random healing wand laying around.
They weren't able really to get out of there.
Yeah, they were here before we were.
Oh, they were? Okay. Well then, that really sucks that we lost that.
Well, we could
search the place. I mean,
So
it's free and clear now.
I mean, we have searched it as we've gone along.
So, if we really want to be safe, we will rest 8 hours, heal up, and then rest another 8 hours. Just make a really long day at camp.
Yeah. Although I don't know if you can actually rest twice in a row like that.
So, 2 days at camp.
Yeah, that's what it would have to be. But yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense to me. I don't have any problem with it.
Okay.
And the gods are already dead. They're not dying any faster.
That's true.
All right. Well, you have some very uneventful nights.
All right.
All right.
So we come back in, and
Awesome.
are all the skeletons back?
You don't see any skeletons coming in.
Everyone should be fully healed up at this point.
Although Dan seems to have gone away. Thought he was going to be here today.
Let's see. Community forums. Yeah, it very much does seem like he was going to be here today.
Anyone have his number?
I don't think he ever posted it.
Because, yeah, he posted that just after I woke up.
Yeah, we had a message for contact info, and I don't think he ever posted anything in it.
Not even over in your campaign?
He wasn't part of that campaign.
Yeah, he was never in my campaign. Yeah, we have an email for him, but that's it.
All right, so you guys are staring down a giant skeleton through a shimmering blue wall.
Shit, because we really need Dan for this one. Fuck. Do you have his character, Tyler?
Is it posted up?
Should be posted in the group. I think everyone posted there.
There's Tricori 4th level. Do you put...
Well, we could use a 4th level sheet. Just subtract.
There's a 2nd level sheet.
Yeah, the 4th level should be fine. It just don't use the one of the second level spells. Yeah.
He has a 3rd level up there. It's just as a POR file.
Yeah, the only real difference is he doesn't have dark vision and probably a few less hit points.
And 1 BAB.
Yeah. Which, for what he uses, isn't really an issue anyway.
Yep. Okay, so do we want to put barriers up?
So what does this thing look like, this big skeleton?
He's about average human size. The mace, however, is also roughly human size.
So he's using a mace as big as he is.
Yes. He's using a giant fucking mace.
One-handed?
He's not really wielding it right now, so you don't know. He's currently sitting on a dais. The mace is head down with the handle propped up against his leg.
Okay.
He is wearing... It's tattered. The armor is tattered, but it's not degraded to the point that... It definitely looks like it was at one point well made. You can see that there's what looks like would have been a cape that was falling off his back. That was purple. The chain that's securing that is gold. So whoever this guy was in life, he was somebody.
Okay. So is this barrier solid? I mean, if I poke a stick at it, does it stop the stick?
Yes.
Okay. Well, knock on the barrier with the stick. See if I can get its attention.
It makes no sound. It is a barrier of energy. It's not like glass.
Okay. Apparently no sound gets to it, though.
I'm going to...
Well, you don't know if sound gets through it. Just tapping on it doesn't produce sound.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's probably a safe bet that we couldn't just spam all of the channel energies, rest, spam channel energies.
Yeah, I was kind of already thinking about that, actually, and realizing this barrier would probably stop it. Though there is a little gap over here on the side here that maybe we can get through it.
No.
Damn.
The barrier is wall to wall.
All right, well, worth a try.
I gotta look at your stream because I don't... Oh, okay. Yeah, see, what you guys can't see is there is no gap there.
Okay.
It's the...
That's just a byproduct of the dynamic lighting.
Okay. Well, so there's one way to take this thing down that reasonably sure we'll do it, which is use those stones. And then we're probably going to get into a fight. Is there anything we can do to prep for that fight? We can put up barriers.
Yeah,
I could put up the stone barriers. At best, we get...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, at best, we get like 1 round from the stone barriers, probably.
Well, not necessarily, because if you put up 6 of them, it doesn't matter how much damage he does. He'll go through one of them, and it'll just blow through it. But the extra damage doesn't go to the next barrier.
True, but we'll have to put up...
but still, like,
3...
our melee characters will still have to get in there to him.
Well, but that gives me 6 free rounds to plink at him.
Well, not 6 free rounds.
If you put up 6 barriers like we have in the past.
Yeah, but this is a much wider surface.
How wide are your barriers and how tall?
A single square.
Okay, so we would need 3. Okay, so you could put up 2
Yeah.
or 2 each in a double row.
And he would have to, if
So it's okay. So that'd give me 2 rounds to blink at him. Better than nothing.
yeah.
And in the meantime, as he's trying to get through, Dan can cast a grease on the area that he's in and try and make sure that he doesn't get through. Assuming he has grease. He doesn't have grease. What kind of a mage doesn't have grease?
It's because the bard had it.
Oh, that's right. Damn it. And he doesn't have any scrolls or anything with grease, does he? I'll bet.
Nope, the bard had a wand of grease. It was the
All right.
last purchase in the town.
Well,
So would barriers like this work?
if nothing else, he could do magic missile at the thing. What is touch of gracelessness? Anybody know what that is?
It's a touch attack, and it removes, or it greatly reduces his dexterity.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I think that's a second level spell.
No, it's first level.
Oh, okay.
At least on his character sheet it is. Well, in
Well,
any case, he's got
not
magic
for
missile,
me.
so he and I can plink at the thing for 2 rounds while it's breaking through.
I can blink at it as well.
Okay. That's right, you have range attack also.
hmm
And this thing isn't like hiding a bow somewhere or anything, is it, Tyler?
Make a perception check.
All right.
Well, we know it's a mage.
Very well could be.
Okay.
You don't see a bow.
Okay, so or any other type of ranged weapon or that sort of thing, right?
Nope.
Hey, does knowledge religion 11 tell me anything specific about him?
Not really. He doesn't really show up in any religious text. It tells you he's undead.
If anybody has knowledge local or knowledge history, that might be helpful.
I'm gonna try knowledge dungeoneering.
That won't. That will not reveal anything on this creature.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
Knowledge,
that's my only knowledge skill.
knowledge history might.
Yeah, all right. So we're just SOL. I mean, unless somebody has a better plan, we should get buffed and put up the barriers and go from there.
Okay, just on a precaution side, I'm going to cast a 0 level spell called Resistance on everyone, granting a bonus on saves.
Doesn't that only last 1 round?
I
Last
think
minute. It's a minute.
Okay, well, fair enough.
we get 5 rounds out of it.
Assuming you could cast them all in 1 round.
Well, no.
It's 1 target, right?
Yes. So the first target we get 5 rounds. The second target we get 6, 7, 8. Kind of
Yeah,
thing.
right. Okay. So we can get some time out of it, sure. Which is nice. Extra saves don't hurt. Anything else that people want to buff with? I'm going to use Gravity Bow for my wand.
Does anyone have any buffs?
I have Divine Favor that I can cast on myself.
Do you have
I'll
bless?
probably do that. It's a minute. It's +1 attack and damage.
Somebody please learn Enlarge Person.
Yeah, that would sure be nice. I
will cast Divine Favor once we begin, and he's starting to break through.
I have a wand with Gravity Bow that I'll hand to Dan and have him cast it on me. But other than that, really should buy some scrolls of Enlarged Person, actually.
Just out of curiosity, didn't you give that to Liliana to hold on to? Just
Not normally.
random question. Okay.
Normally, what I did, as far as I remember, and I could be wrong, but as far as I remember, I basically gave it to her to use on me, and then she gave it back.
Okay.
But I could be wrong. Do you remember otherwise?
No.
Okay.
I don't remember you permanently giving it to her.
All right. Well, in any case, so we're gonna buff up and get ready, and you're gonna cast three across and two wide, or two depth wise.
I said, I've done 2 across, 3 depth wise, because I think that blocks enough that he has to tackle one of them in order to move through.
Is that true, Tyler?
Looking at the squares that I see here.
Yeah, he'll have to break through the barriers.
Because either way, he would only have had to break through one of the set of barriers. So this way we get an extra round out of it.
Okay, fair enough.
And then I suggest we move our squishies back a ways.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Nissel might want to stay close enough to heal Jaworski, but probably use...
And Jadorsky, you're not going to be trying to attack the thing while it's breaking through the barriers, right?
No, I'm going to ready in action.
Okay.
Well, if it's large size, he could attack over the barrier to hit it.
It's medium size, isn't it, Tyler?
There's man size.
Oh, it's medium
Yeah.
size? No,
It's
its
size.
weapon is large sized, okay. Then yeah.
Everyone give me a perception check.
Crap.
There we go.
Well then.
I see all.
Well,
I see that he has a little name tag on him. He's named Bob.
so, 3 of you, sorry Dave, not quite high enough, given the distracting nature of what you guys are doing. 3 of them, you notice him kind of rubbing his temples and shaking his head.
I think he's calling us idiots. Maybe.
You know, our biggest flaw is that this guy might be just like the Lich and be friendly.
It's possible. We'll see what he does. I mean, if he immediately tries to go through the barriers and attack us, then obviously he's not somebody we or he's not a good guy. But you know, if he tries to talk first, then we'll talk. Make sense?
Yeah.
Sure.
And wouldn't you guys want me up more towards the front line?
Why? You're squishy.
How am I squishy?
I was like, he has a reasonable AC.
I have an AC of 20.
Why do you want to be in the front lines?
It's undead. I am the undead killer.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
fair
but
enough.
That and I only have a mace. I don't have a crossbow or anything.
Well, you have channel energy to use offensively, but you're probably better right next to Jaworski for healing, just not in the front lines where you take the first attack.
All right. So Dan can be anywhere with this magic missile.
Should we move Dan to
Alyssa,
like right here?
yeah, as long as he can see it is all it cares. And Alyssa, you might want to be like here or something. I'm just trying to avoid getting in, having the melee characters get in our way, which Nissel just did with me.
Yeah, Nissel here would be good. Or here, maybe. And our mage up here, please.
Yeah, you're gonna have to move him, Tyler. We can't.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, Alyssa, you're still going to be having penalties going through Jaworski from standing there. I would recommend maybe standing here. And there you go.
I can't actually see him from here.
Well, but when he comes to here, you'll be able to see him.
Here's fine. I can see him here.
Okay. All right.
Kane, wouldn't you be up in the air?
Yes.
Okay. So getting in between your line of fire and him isn't as critical.
Correct. Unless you're like
Yes.
right up next to him in melee, and then it's still a problem.
I've just grown tired of the riding on his shoulder strategy.
So just because I was curious, I decided to look, and we are currently in the second row on Twitch.
The second. Oh, okay, cool.
I was just curious, so while you guys figured that out,
We actually have viewers.
Wow.
Grand
Hi,
total.
viewers.
Grand total of 6.
Hi, viewers. All right.
How many of them are us?
How many? Yeah, well, I suspect at least 3 or 4 of them are us. But at any rate, so we put Jaworski or Nissel, why don't one of you put the stones in and see what happens.
Where are there 2 on this side and 2 on the other?
Yep.
Okay. I'll start over here and put 2 stones in. Come down here, put the other 2 in.
As you do that, the energy barrier kind of flickers and dissipates.
Okay, don't stand there. Thank you. All right, and what does he do?
He's kind of just sitting there.
Is he facing away from us or towards us?
He's facing towards you. He can definitely see you.
All right, but he's just not reacting or moving at all?
Nope. Can you see his throne?
Not really. It's sort of.
Yeah,
There's a big aura from somewhere that's covering a lot of stuff up. Makes it hard to see.
Okay, I'm going to fix that. For now, we can...
Huh.
Is that better?
Little, yeah.
Why is that so light? I wonder if I have that in the map layer. Yeah, that's why. Okay, so let's pull that up. Here we go. I'll bet that looks better now.
Sort of, yeah.
Okay, so he's sitting there.
Hello, Mr. Skeleton. Are you
When
awake?
Please, my father was Mr. Skeleton.
So when you
You call him
address
Bob.
him, he stands up, and with virtually no effort, he hoists his mace onto his shoulder, and the way he's carrying it. The haft of it is behind his head, so the head of the mace is on one shoulder, and it goes behind his head, so he's holding it on the other side.
Okay.
And he asks, "Why would you have freed me?"
Okay, pause for a moment. Out of game here. We are going through this dungeon. Why? It's supposed to be some clue is something.
I don't actually remember.
Yeah, me either.
Yep, There is some.
clue here.
There is something in this dungeon that explains the story more.
And we haven't found it, apparently.
You have not found it yet.
We looked through the entire dungeon.
I think
Almost
we found it. We're staring down it. Okay, so in this dungeon, we're seeking ants.
What answers specifically are we seeking?
What is killing the gods? Was it, or who?
What led to the disappearance of the gods?
Okay.
Yeah, so we're investigating the disappearance of the gods, and we're investigating, I'm guessing, the source of it here.
All right. So that gives me ammo. All right. Time on again. Okay. Well, we're here seeking knowledge. Do you have some for us?
I have no knowledge, for I am a keeper of truth.
Truth and knowledge are
Truth
different?
is knowledge.
Was that a question in game or?
Yeah, that was in game.
Yeah.
Okay. Truth and knowledge are very different. You can have absolutely no knowledge and still have truth.
But what is truth?
But within
Without
truth
no.
is knowledge.
Truth has to apply to something.
It applies to everything.
Okay.
You don't need to know something for it to apply.
No, but there has to be an opposite to truth. So there has to be something that can be not truth. And if there's nothing that it applies to, then that doesn't apply. Then that wouldn't be true.
There are lies.
Exactly, but lies and truth are both applicable. They both apply to knowledge of some sort.
Not necessarily.
Why are you here?
I
Why are us here?
have been chronicling the truth of this land for a millennia or better. After a while, you kind of forget.
Do you have any knowledge of why the gods disappeared? Or
Knowledge
any
of-
truths of why the
knowledge?
gods disappeared?
I have no knowledge of why gods are disappearing. However, I actually seem to have been losing the truth as of late too. Okay, James.
I agree. This is getting really weird.
By the way, guys, right now you are diving pretty much down the fucking rabbit hole that is my mind.
Yeah, no shit.
That seems like a dangerous place.
It's a very dangerous fucking place.
Oof. Never mind.
Trust me, I have sat with college professors for anywhere from a half an hour to an hour and a half,
I
Wait.
remember this.
where that's what they fucking did was try to understand what I'm saying.
It's okay. I spent a month with a roommate in college who was trying to figure out how you can really know things, and every time he thought he had an answer, I would poke a hole in his thought process. It was really fun.
Yeah, Lee, you.
So I would say to you that there can be no truth without knowledge. For if you do not truly know all that is, how do you know that your truth is not actually a lie?
Because the truth exists regardless of what you know. The truth doesn't have to be known to exist.
Well, you might take that as a matter of faith, but faith is not knowledge.
Nor is it truth.
So you're saying truth is an abstract concept, which means that when you say truth has been disappearing, you mean that reality has been changing lately, and it shouldn't be.
Yes, in a sense, in some cases.
What has always been true is no longer true?
Some things that were true are no longer true, and
What truths have changed?
some things that he knew as truths, he doesn't know as truths anymore. They may not have necessarily changed.
What is the truth of the disappearance of the gods?
He looks at you, turns to his chair, opens up the left arm, and pulls out a book.
Oh, I was hoping the remote control.
Click.
Alyssa, pull down your barriers.
Well, let's get
They're
to that. Okay. Too late.
No, I reassemble them around him.
Well, his initial question is still puzzling me, so I want to get to that. I want to get back to that at some point. But in any case, you have a book.
May I read it?
He doesn't actually let the book out of his hand. However, as he's flipping through the book, you notice that the majority of the pages are blank, and there even seem to be some that are straight up missing. As he approaches the last page, he shows you a mark.
Okay.
And he points at it and says, This is the last thing to appear in the book. And it appeared some time ago, being that he's been locked in a cave. He doesn't know how long ago it appeared.
Does the mark look religious?
Make a knowledge religion check. Despite being that good, James, you have no clue.
What is this book supposed to be? Need a little more context here.
He informs you that this is the Book of Truth. It is his chronicle of all events, all true events that have transpired throughout his time as the Keeper.
But most of the pages are blank and some are missing.
Uh-huh.
There is no truth.
Oops. One moment.
Or maybe we can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
He can remember that the pages were once full, and that they are no longer full, but he cannot remember what was on those pages.
Why did you ask, why would we free you?
Because most turn away when they find me. Yet you put the stones in to free me.
Is that a bad thing?
I don't know.
What are you going to do when you're free?
I don't know. I've been here for so long. Freedom itself is kind of an abstract thought.
We've got a nice library that you might like to come visit.
There might be some friendly company for you there too.
I was really wondering if you guys were going to try that.
Yeah, I was actually just coming over here to nudge Kane on the shoulder and tell him, don't we have a book of history sitting back at the library
Yeah,
that this guy would like to, maybe browse through?
maybe.
Yeah, we've got another undead guy with a book of
A book of history.
maybe truths.
Maybe truths.
Yeah, it's called history. Mostly lies and a few truths here and there.
Just true enough to make people want to read it.
Yeah, it's better than an empty book.
That is true. Well,
Or is it?
is there anything else you can offer us to help us in our quest? Any other truth?
No, I seriously do want to see if he wants to come to the library with us, though.
No, I'm getting to that.
There may be, but I would need to recover the pages from the book.
Do you know
Where
where
are the
they are?
pages?
When you ask that question, he takes the book back to his dais, sets it down along with his mace. Do you guys still have the barriers up?
No.
No, he took them down.
Okay, so he then walks over and, starting here with Jaworski, removes a part of the finger from his right hand.
Ew.
I know, it's kind of gruesome. And he hands the first phalange of the index finger to Jaworski, the first phalange of the middle finger to Kane, the first phalange of the ring finger to Nissel,
And
the first.
What are we
the
supposed
first-
to do with these?
Make dice.
He informs you that they will take you to where at least one of the pages is located.
Each bone will?
No.
All together they must be together to do it, in other words.
No.
So explain.
Keys. They're keys.
Okay. Keys to
They're all attuned to the same place.
Okay. Like these stones were. Alright.
We're going planar hopping.
Well, we're doing something.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
And did you guys actually ask him about going back to the library?
Not yet.
Yeah,
Yes.
I did.
He seems very amicable to this idea. He's not overly thrilled with this cave. He doesn't know much outside the cave.
Ourselves back to our library.
Yeah, I guess we have a new traveling companion for a while.
Let's avoid towns.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, seeing as everyone else just kind of leave him here, avoiding towns would probably be a good idea.
And the road.
Or we could just declare ourselves Lords of Nex and claim that we're invading.
Well, if
Or we could not.
what you don't want
walking on the road, you can get away with walking. You can get away with walking on the road just because you could put him in a. He can very easily wear a human-sized cloak to cover, the obvious skeletal figure underneath. Explaining how he's carrying the giant mace might be a little tougher.
Don't we have a cart?
No.
I don't think
No,
we
I
have
don't
the
think,
cart.
I don't think we brought a cart.
You don't have a cart. The cart was the merchant's.
Oh, I thought one of us had one. Oh,
But we have wooden barriers. Does anyone have engineering skills? Dwarf?
Profession engineering?
We lost our knowledge character, Bard.
True.
We have no knowledge character anymore except for Daniel, and he's a sorcerer, so he's not really all that knowledgeable, to be honest.
Not overly.
Does dwarves have a natural, like, +2?
Not to knowledge.
To stoneworking and stuff, maybe, but not to knowledge.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't really need anything crafted in general. I summon stone directly from the elemental plane of Earth.
Well, can you summon a stone cart with a stone wheel that we can all drag?
That would be heavy. That would be immensely heavy.
That would be quite heavy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any natural skill at crafting or any trained skill at crafting.
How much is a cubic stone of... How much does a cubic foot of stone weigh?
Lee, you're breathing really heavy.
Am I?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, my mic was too close to my mouth.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you guys probably, even considering how beefy the skeleton is, I'm not sure he's strong enough to haul a stone cart.
Okay.
That was an idea.
That would be even harder to explain.
He's just an adventurer. If anyone sees
His
us,
giant ass mace.
Nah. If anyone sees us and wonders, just say he's a barbarian.
That's one strong ass barbarian.
Yeah, people ought to be used to it by now.
Okay, so an interesting side effect of bringing this guy back
Is that everyone who's died in the last month rises up as a skeleton and follows along behind us.
Let's get rid of these guys. See, is that all of them? Ooh, oh, hey, there's the rock in the hard place.
Huh?
Look at the bottom.
Right. Okay.
So,
That's odd.
No, remember you were hiding behind that one, Lee, while we were approaching this?
Huh. No, but okay.
It was a sniper. It was a anti-sniper position for you.
Sounds like something I would do. Yeah.
so an interesting side effect of bringing him here is there are now skeletons, skeletal archers, and that is a fraction of them. They are roughly every 5 feet
Wait, where are they? I'm not seeing them.
Bottom wall.
along the wall.
Ah,
Good.
where did we get
good.
skeleton archers? We're supposed to have our Pathfinder Society buddies here. What happened to them?
They are here too.
They're probably inside the library.
No, they're out here, and they're guarding the wall. They look a little uneasy at the random skeletons that have taken up residence on the ramparts.
Okay, as soon as I see one, I'm going to point at the skeleton and just say, "What? WTF?"
Both a blessing and a curse.
Elaborate.
The beings that have given me the life that I have, also wish to ensure my safety.
And who is saying this?
The skeleton.
Which one?
The big... The, the big motherfucker. Okay, Bob.
All right. So what's the lich's name?
I'm assuming we would have asked their names along the way and introduced ourselves.
The lich only knows himself as the librarian.
Okay.
And this guy only knows himself as the keeper of truth.
Keeper. All right. So we've got the librarian and the keeper.
No, we've given him the name of Bob.
Bob for short. Yes. So Bob, these are your skeletons?
In a manner of speaking.
Are there going to be more of them that show up?
Only as many as it takes to secure where I am.
And are they going to be firing at us? Or our friends?
They don't seem to be firing at you and your friends currently.
Not currently. Hang on, guys.
I'm going to say I think we're safe with these skeletons, and we made this library even more beefy in defense versus just a handful of people.
I have an idea here. As a member of the Pathfinder Society, I hereby induct Bob into the Pathfinder Society.
This is an interesting turn of events that I need to look up.
Do they allow the skinless Americans, or whatever the PC term is? Or...
Hey, look. It would be very racist to assume that he's evil just because he happens to have a medical condition.
Yeah.
Well, we assumed the lich was evil.
And that was wrong of you three.
Well, he was attacking us at the time, so that's why I assumed.
Yeah, and to be honest, I very intentionally misled you.
Well, yes, but Alyssa wasn't there when you all attacked the lich.
And neither was Nissel.
Nope. I might have to get on the forums to see if anyone actually...
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
I've inducted the Bob into the Pathfinder Society.
I'm looking to see if that's even possible.
This way he has a duty to defend other members of the society.
Well, it depends on his alignment. Doesn't it? Or are they racist and only accept living beings?
Well, exactly, no. Everything about Paizo is very much about inclusivity, so it'd be really against their entire morals if we were going to be racist against someone who...
Well, I mean, they might discriminate against undead, but if he was gay, then they'd have to include him.
Yeah.
So if he's a gay skeleton, then they have no choice.
Well, I'm going to say that technically speaking, he's physically disabled.
There you go. He's handicapped. He has no
Yes,
muscles.
Missing the tips of his beard.
He has no muscles. That's pretty much handicap.
Mm-hmm. Pretty severe medical condition.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. No PvP, do not cheat, do not bully. One character, core mode. Replayable adventures, experience after the adventure downtime, spoils.
There's definitely factions within the society who would work with friendly undead.
Probably.
I'm actually more curious on the actual process of joining the society now. That's more what I'm interested in kind of trying to quickly find, because...
Well, I imagine you can look that up between games.
Well, Google and doesn't reveal anything. That's why I was just flipping through the book real quick. But
I don't think
not
there's
even
anything in the lore about it other than just you kind of sign up and agree to follow the rules.
I might. We're gonna hold off on that, and we'll come back to that later. I am so hopping on the forums. I'm probably doing my first forum post to see what other people have on this one.
Hey guys, my players want to induct a lich and into the Pathfinder Society.
And a skeleton named Bob into the society. Do we
what are the
have
rules on that?
a procedure for this?
Do it.
Okay, so we will revisit that next week.
Mm-hmm. But in the meantime, it looks like we have a few extra guardians, assuming they don't attack us.
Well, they haven't been.
Well, but that doesn't mean they won't. So what are the conditions that will set them to attacking creatures? By the way, Bob.
Anything that they perceive as threatening me.
You specifically, all right.
Him specifically.
Which is why I wanted to bring him into the society, because we have rules against attacking fellow society members.
And how intelligent are they? Like, if somebody is entering the castle, would they perceive that as a threat to you, or would they actually have to physically attack you for them to perceive that as a threat?
The skeletons themselves are not intelligent.
Okay.
But they do work off of a hive mind, who is very intelligent.
Hive
So
mind.
someone.
I hereby induct the hive mind into the Pathfinder Society as well.
So, by the way, these are the same skeletons that you guys fought.
Oh, neat.
The souped up ones or the
Pretty-
easier ones?
Yeah, these are pretty
The ones
tough
that
then.
kept respawning, I'm assuming.
These are the souped up ones.
Oh, even better.
So they basically attacked us for no reason, since we weren't actually a threat to you.
In that case, anyone that entered the cave was perceived to be a threat to Bob.
Well,
Because generally the only reason to go into the cave was to find Bob.
okay, well,
Which
so
is exactly why you were there.
here's what we're going to do. This is our library. Bob, I give him some bread and some wine. You are officially our guest within our library and under our protection. That includes the protection of the Pathfinder Society as a whole. You have guest rights.
Which also means your skeletons should not be firing at random travelers wandering into our castle if they're not hostile.
Exactly. You have duties to be a good guest.
I'll tell you, the skeletons don't fire at random people
Okay.
walking into the into the library or keep area.
I just want to make sure they're at least intelligent enough to tell friend from foe.
Yes.
Well,
Because so
also
far they
imagine
haven't done a very good job.
I'm going to say having skeletons on top, a lot of people are going to look at that and turn around.
Uh-huh.
That many skeleton, yes. Most people will see. Let me see. How many feet is it just across the front of this? Let's see. I'm at 250 feet, so
It's 125.
yeah, there's 125 skeletons across.
Well,
no,
there's
not
one
100.
every 2 feet.
There's 25 skeletons.
Oh,
Right.
every 10 feet. So there's
Yeah.
there's like 27 skeletons on each wall.
Wow. And they're covering all 4 walls?
And I
Well,
imagine
back-
there's a few in the towers too.
This wall here, there aren't any, and they only cover about half the side walls. Because remember, this keep it's not actually a cave, but the red lines are cliff
Mountain.
walls.
Ah,
Yeah, they're cliff walls that come up into a dome, so you can't just drop into the keep.
Hmm.
You
Well,
literally
defended
have to assault it from the front.
Well defended keep.
It was a very well built keep.
We're really serious about our books.
Apparently.
You guys are now very serious about your books. And interestingly enough, when you guys go into the keep, there are 2 new floors.
What?
The outside of the keep has not grown any, but there are now 2 new floors inside the keep.
Are they on the basement or up on top?
Floors.
They are above.
I want to go explore them.
Well, what you find on these 2 new floors is one is quarters for the society members stationed there. And above that, you guys find your private quarters.
Hey, we've got a TARDIS.
So,
Yes.
are these like the commander's quarters type of thing, or?
Yeah, they're just your private quarters.
And how do we know this?
They have our names on them.
Yeah,
Well, do they?
yeah. Seems like the Lich has been doing some work on the place.
Yes,
I'm gonna
but
go
he wouldn't have met me or
No,
Missile.
actually, we met at the library.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Because
Yep.
we were part of the escort crew to help come up here and defend it.
Yeah. So I want to talk
You're
to our
right.
crew. When did these floors appear?
About a week ago.
How did it happen?
The Lich came up to us and led us up stairs that we hadn't noticed before, and informed us that that the library has accommodated us with quarters.
Does our sorcerer have knowledge planes?
Knowledge planes.
Yep.
Gotta go back to. I need to just not close that.
He has knowledge arcana, knowledge engineering, but no planes.
Okay. Never mind then.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, so he could have helped you guys build the cart.
He could have built a cart for us.
So it seems.
Your sorcerer, what's his engineering at 2?
It would have taken them some time.
He's not an in-base character.
Plus 20. Let's try this. So with a score of 20, he obviously knows that these floors should not have been able to be built as quickly as they can have, and he also knows that they should not actually exist because the keep is not tall enough to house 6 floors in a keep that's 2 floors tall.
I'm just gonna say a wizard did it.
Yeah. Okay.
Undead
magic.
wizard did it.
Magic. Whatever. Okay. So, hey, librarian. Why don't you meet Bob? Otherwise known as Keeper of Truth in all capital letters.
He looks at the keeper, and even the Lich, given as old as the Lich is, seems in awe of this being.
Daddy.
You've heard of him?
When I was alive, he was a legend.
Well,
He's your roommate now.
he's our new house guest. Yeah. He's a little bit confused at the moment. You might want to go gentle on him.
How can the Keeper of Truth be confused?
There seems
His
to be a problem
book
with
of truths seems to be empty.
Or
And
mostly empty
missing
anyway.
a bunch
Yeah.
of pages.
At this point, the two start conversing, and you guys their conversation starts going over your head.
Mm-hmm. See, that's what leadership is all about, getting the right people to talk to each other.
At which point, the librarian asks you to follow him.
Okay. Where to?
Let's name him Jay.
Jay. I was
Yep.
thinking Jim.
Jim and Bob?
I was thinking Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh, Jay and Silent Bob. Except, yeah, he's not very silent.
True.
So are you guys actually following the librarian?
Yeah, of course.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will update this map later. Oh, hey, you guys can't see this map right now.
Oh. Poor beat down.
So we're still fighting the demons?
So you're gone, you're gone.
Beatdown's been resurrected. Oh.
Aww. Do you have a wand?
By the way, all the stuff that was missing,
Mm-hmm.
all on the way back to the keep was returned to you by the keeper.
Oh. Should have asked about that already. Okay, so does that just include the party items, or does that include the characters' items as well?
All of it, everything that was on on the two characters that died.
All right, so
Let's take care of the loot real fast.
yeah, need Beatdown and Liliana to mark their loot on the sheet, please. I think you have access to it.
You just shoot me a link.
Old characters. It should be in your
Yeah,
drive.
it's in the drive. The loot tracker Mark II.
Yeah, there we go. God.
So yeah, your wand of healing has found its way back to you.
Well, I'd also bought some additional wands with my characters.
So we had a Wand of Lesser Restoration and a Cure Light Wounds, both of which were on Beatdown, and they're back.
Yep.
All right.
The Cure Light Wounds had some charges used.
Yeah, I've got it with 35 charges right now. Marked
Yep.
down.
That sounds accurate.
Okay.
The loot tracker's not pulling up for me.
Do you not have access?
It says unable to resolve server's DNS address.
That sounds like a network issue on your end or somewhere in between. Keep trying.
There's also so do you have those items already on there? Or
Yeah,
No,
the two wands are on there. Now it's just your personal items.
However, you do not have blue magic stones anymore.
Right. Fair enough. There was some other artifact that we found
I
there
see.
that glowed. What was it? Was it those stones?
It was the stones.
Okay, yeah.
and the wooden board, we haven't figured out what it's supposed to be used for yet.
All right.
So there's bracers of armor +1.
Oh, excuse me.
Beatdown used. Do we care about Beatdown's personal loot?
Yes.
Yeah, all of it. The undead thing.
I meant like his bar of soap.
No,
It's bar-
we're not going to
So-
care about that.
Is it a magical bar of soap?
It is soap and a rope.
That's amazing.
But is it a soap on a rope?
No, but there's a spell component pouch that someone might want.
Did
And there
Did
is
you,
a
after rescuing a grimy old man from Alcatraz.
What?
Okay, that went over everyone's head.
Apparently.
And what was it? Modern Warfare 2. There was you rescue a guy named, or no, Modern Warfare 1. No, 2. I didn't play 1. In 2, you rescue a guy named Soap.
Okay.
And when you rescue him, you get an achievement called Soap on a Rope.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I never played that game. All right. So do you guys have access to the sheet? You want to mark down your loot?
I'm trying.
Yeah, I'm not seeing James in here.
Me either.
So,
I'm in fun.
Oh, I had those books, didn't I? Yeah. The blue book of Absalom.
Mm-hmm.
while you do that, I will update this map.
Spell components pouch worth. It's 5 gold.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might not have permission.
Well, you can see it.
No.
Yeah, Tyler, you might have to give him permission.
Well, no, he can get into the folder, so he should have permission. Everything
Not necessarily. You can override a file's individual permissions, even if it's in a folder with permissions.
As I don't believe I did that, but okay. We'll try this. What's your email, James?
Sinofgamma@gmail.
We'll try doing it that way. Check your email.
The holy text of Rory.
Are you writing this stuff down
Yeah,
in here? Because I'm not seeing it.
I'm putting it on the party.
Oh, no, okay. Just
Yeah.
put it on the normal loot because we're gonna split it up. Here,
Well, then I'm just going to copy over or cut over everything from the party tab.
Okay, yeah, I'll do it. No, don't do that. Hit there. Let me copy the right stuff here. Just a sec.
I'm dead. I'm done.
Okay, there we go.
Let's see what else is on here. Oh yeah, the city map of Absalom. That's worth 40 gold.
Okay, so braces of armor. This one, spell component pouch. Okay, so bracers are a wondrous item.
They're a wondrous item. They provide an armor bonus.
Yep, I know. No, I gotta look it up and I gotta categorize it and stuff.
Yeah,
I can look it up. I got it.
Don't
worry about it.
Not because it probably won't be useful for most of us.
Nope, it's fine.
By the way, did we level up after resting along the way back?
Yes.
Hooray!
Or does this need to be the other way to make it look good? Nope, definitely that way.
No, it's still not loading for me.
That might be an ISP issue.
Which is really odd, but that's theoretically possible.
Okay, possible solutions.
Wait.
So are we just keeping a straight die roll for hit points? Or is there...
Well, I already rolled it way back when.
Yeah, I haven't yet, so...
Okay.
What was your spell
Yeah.
component pouch value?
I think it was 5 gold.
And the holy symbol?
The holy symbol was like 1 gold. It was just a wooden holy symbol.
Okay. I
That's an expensive piece of fucking wood.
don't even think we need to worry about those, to be honest. What about the Blue Book of Absalom?
That was I think that was 10. Let me check real fast. Let's see here. Oh, it was a custom.
That was, what was it, a class feature?
No, it was a book. Oh, it's worth 5 gold.
Okay. And the Holy
The
Text?
city map was 40.
Okay, so and the text?
That was. What did that do? It's worth no gold.
All right. Well, that actually seems like something that can go in party loot, to be honest.
I would say the books just go in party loot.
The
Or-
Blue Book of Absalom? Yeah, that too. I agree with you.
Yeah. And the map of Absalom.
Yep.
When I created the character, I assumed we would be spending more time in Absalom than we did.
Right. Yeah, so all we got out of it was a holy text worth like 25 usually. That's what they normally are.
Yeah, you're right. It's worth 25.
Okay, fair enough.
I said you stick it on the library shelves.
Yep, I agree. Not even worth selling.
What do we get from our bard?
I can read it off to you if someone wants to put it in, because it's not.
Sure, I'll put it in.
Okay. A wand of silent image.
Okay.
Ooh, that's
What?
useful.
How many charges?
50.
Okay.
Do we want to put in a gallon of mead?
No, nothing that's... Basically, I don't care about any of the non-magical stuff unless it's really kind of special.
Heavy crossbow?
Eh,
Might be worth something.
yeah, it might be worth...
3 potions of invisibility.
Okay.
We can give the heavy crossbow to our oracle just so he has a ranged weapon.
Fair enough. Okay.
Let's see. Cloak of resistance +1.
Okay.
Ring of sustenance.
Ooh, that's nice. Okay.
A chain shirt and a long sword.
Okay.
And a buckler.
All right, I'll work on pricing all that stuff out, and we can continue on.
I am going to put in a bid for the Ring of Sustenance.
Yeah, me too.
I am
actually.
too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, big surprise. We all want that.
Well, the main thing is that lets me use up burn and then recharge in the same day, which will be really cool. Like, I'll be buying one of those on my own if I don't get it.
The bracers actually would do me some good, wouldn't they?
Yeah, that's probably better for one of these spellcasters than for me.
Well, if he has mage armor just not stack with it.
Yeah, it wouldn't stack with it for him, but it could actually help me.
Yeah, that's why my monk character had it, so go ahead and
Mhm.
stake him.
Yep.
As far as I'm concerned.
Yep. All right. So, anybody else want any of those things?
We should roll on the Ring of Sustenance for Dan.
I can't even fully see the
Yeah.
whole thing, so
Agreed.
I'll roll on the...
Dave, you don't want it?
cloak,
James.
yes.
Ring.
James, do you want the?
Ring is better for a spellcaster.
I am a spellcaster, kind of.
I know. That's why I'm not putting my name up for the ring.
Yeah.
Okay. But everybody else wants it, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and the cloak.
Yeah,
the cloak.
I'm going to roll for both, but I only want one of the items.
Fair enough.
If I happen to win them both.
There's. Okay, yeah, I don't have that implemented yet. All right. So, D20. You want to do it, or D100?
What are we rolling for?
D20s are more than enough.
Okay.
We're doing the ring or the cloak first.
Let's see. We'll go
Do the
down the
ring.
list, and we're doing the cloak first. It looks like. All right. Cloak.
Keep rolling low.
All right.
Oh,
Wow.
Congratulations.
Looks like I got it. All right. With a 10, no less. That's pretty amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, and let's do the ring next. All right, I will give the cloak to the next highest roller in that previous one, which would be a 5. Jeff.
you know, it'll be me. I rolled a 7.
Dave.
In the previous one, you rolled a 3. Oh, that's a
No,
D10.
that's my hit points. That's a D10.
Oh yeah, okay. So right, but you didn't roll on the cloak, so
Yes, I did. I rolled
Yeah,
on the cloak.
You rolled a 7.
He got a 7.
oh, that was after.
Right
I
after
see.
you did.
Okay, so all right, Dave, you can have the cloak then,
Okay.
and I'll take the ring. I don't want to take everything. That's kind of unfair. So
So I've never used something like this for a loot system before. Do we have anything in place if someone like consistently doesn't win anything?
yes, okay. So see up at the top here, that's got the overall item value and overall monetary. That overall is how much they've won throughout time. It's cumulative. So if somebody
Okay.
has a really high number, we'll know, and we can kind of adjust the loot rolls accordingly as we go, or however we want to handle it, basically.
Well, add 2,000 to my monetary
For what?
because I didn't get a magic weapon. Remember?
That's your personal. That doesn't go in this list. We all got our own weapon, so that's personalized loot.
Gotcha.
That wouldn't count in this list.
That makes sense then. I assume we're going to just put the potions into party loot too.
I was going to take them or put them in party loot. I really don't care. Party loot's fine with me. It's just a matter of who carries them.
You can go ahead and carry them. With your flying ability, you're less likely to die.
Yeah. All right. So we have 3 potions of invis in party loot.
Cool.
So I'll take those off the list. And something's wrong with this calculation because it's yeah, it's not giving the right prices for stuff for some reason. Anyway, I'll figure it out. So no one wanted the wand?
Yeah, I was thinking of the wand.
Okay. You're uncontested for it so far. Can you even cast it though? It's an
The
arcane.
question
It's
is,
an
can
arcane.
a divine caster cast arcane spells?
No.
You would need to make a use magic device. I think it'd be a pretty tricky one too. I think Dan's character would be the most likely to actually use that.
I would agree with that, actually. So why don't we give that to Dan? And that's a first level bard spell, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so caster level 1. Okay, so that's right. And the Ring of Sustenance. Right, so we got a cloak. Okay, I know why. Yeah, I know why it's not calculating the prices correctly, because I don't have this stuff built in yet. Okay. This is a... Ring of Sustenance? No, it's a cloak, actually. Okay, continue on, guys. I'm just doing loot stuff while we wait.
Oh, shit.
Alright, so we've divvied up loot, and what should we be doing next, honestly? The
Go to
two
where the
scout...
fingers tell us to.
Yeah, where do the fingers tell us to go?
The
Straight to
fingers
hell.
don't tell you to go anywhere necessarily. However, the lich is leading you to a door that you hadn't noticed on the right side of the keep.
He's saying he's doing what?
He's leading you to a door that you hadn't noticed on the right side of the
Oh.
keep.
Yet another one. Okay. Fair enough.
Where does the door lead, Kevin?
So, the door takes you to a set of stairs a staircase that winds down into a room. It's probably about 20. It's 25 by about 25.
Should we be seeing anything on the map?
No,
Okay.
no. This is one of those rooms that has absolutely no purpose to actually map.
Okay, fair enough.
It's about 25 by 25. In the center of the room stands a pedestal. Has about a 3-foot radius. And it sits roughly 6 inches off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And in front of that pedestal sits another pedestal. This one comes up about 4 feet, and it's fairly tiny. Let's see, that would be... It's probably it has an 1.5-inch radius.
That's pretty tiny.
Yeah, it's not a big pedestal.
Okay,
And
what's on it?
absolutely nothing. Matter of fact, neither pedestal had anything on them. So the lich, informs you that this is a travel room.
Okay.
He instructs you that when you're ready to find the keeper's missing pages, all you need to do is stand on the short fat pedestal and put the finger bone on the tiny pedestal.
Stand on the short pedestal. How big is that pedestal?
It has a 3-foot radius.
So big enough for one person, basically.
Yep.
That's why he gave us each our own finger bone, I guess.
Yep.
But he only gave us 4.
Well, one for each of us.
Yeah, he gave. There's one for each of you. I stopped counting them out.
Okay.
Basically, it's the first phalange from each finger on his right hand. If you want to call the thumb a finger.
Oh, there's only 4 of us. There's me.
Well, he would have given Dan one too.
Oh, right. Okay.
So yeah, there's only 4 players here, but there's 5 characters.
Fair enough.
So
Do you want to go back to town before traveling and get rid of our older weapons, carry less weight?
you can also leave the older weapons in your quarters because there's chests and shelves and
Okay.
all the furnishings of home. So
Yeah,
if
the only
you
reason
don't,
we'd need to go to town is to buy new stuff or to sell stuff, which we've got our healing wand back. What should we expect when we're there? I asked the Lich and Bob.
neither one knows because neither one knows where the bones go.
That sounds pretty damn dangerous. Okay, fair enough, I suppose. Is our Lich a magic user of any sort?
Wasn't he a wizard?
You definitely know he was casting spells at you when you were fighting him.
Can he make me a scroll or 2?
That would. Oh shit! Fuck.
Is that a no?
He could probably make some scrolls, but only of things he knows.
He can make scrolls. I just have a slight problem.
I'd prefer a wand if he can do it.
Give me a second. Because that Lich is on my other computer.
Is it what?
He's on my other computer.
Ah.
So I'm gonna have to pseudo remake him.
All right.
Let me pull him up and let me pull up the default Lich that they have listed. And that way I just have I have his spell list, so I can tell you if he can make a particular item.
Okay.
Okay. Feet. Special attacks. Feats. Yes, he can do wondrous items. Yes, you should be able to do wands and scrolls.
Okay. Can you make me a wand of enlarged person?
That's first level, right?
Yep.
No.
Okay.
Mage armor, magic missile, ray of enfeeblement, and shield. He informs you what he can do.
Mage armor would be very handy for me, actually. I don't know if I can afford that. How much is it? How much is a first level one? It's like $750 or something, I think.
$750 at half cost.
Oh, right, $1,500. Okay.
So $375.
Yeah, right. The buy cost is $750. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Actually, no. It looks like $450. That's wrong. That can't be right.
Give me a second, and We have wands. We have magic wands, and we need a wand of mage armor. And
So Hero Lab is definitely not calculating my damage properly.
I am showing that a wand of mage armor is 750.
Yep. Yeah, that makes
Tough.
sense.
To purchase it, though, right?
Mhm.
Yes. Oh, there went my Apocalypse CD.
Or could have Dan cast it since he actually knows that spell. Except, is that a personal only spell?
No. You can cast it on others.
Yeah, you can cast 8 first levels a day. And
Then
he's
yeah.
4th level. Yeah, that lasts 4 hours. Yeah, I'll just ask him. Never mind, I don't need a wand. Just enlarge person. But he can't do that, so.
Nope. However, he is a wizard, and he has a spell book. So, if you find the spell and brought it back to him,
How
not
far is
only
it?
would you make a friend,
How far
but
is the
you would
nearest
then have
town?
access to it.
How far is it to the nearest town?
Let's
Was
see,
it
you were
About
a
a week, wasn't it?
to Absalom,
Oh, we're a
or
week.
to the Cave of Bones. You're probably about a week and a half.
Wow. Okay.
Well, you're a week and a half from Absalom.
Yeah. Not worth it.
Oh, there
We
are
really
towns
are
along the way.
We really are
Yeah.
remote, apparently.
Well, no, you're about a week from the closest town.
That's still pretty damn remote. Okay, fair enough. Probably not worth it to take 2 weeks to get a first level scroll. And I'll just live without for now. Unless there's some other reason that you guys can think of we need to go back to town.
I don't have enough gold yet to.
Yeah. Yeah, we're
Do
getting
I
some.
wanna do-
We're
Do
getting
we
some.
divide any cash with the loot divide or not?
Undistributed monetary is 15 each so far, so no.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we basically took everything that was worthwhile. I'm going to put that magic board in party loot also.
Mhm.
Oh, that's interesting.
Let's see. Who's carrying the Cure Light Wounds? Endless Restoration. I'm assuming Nissel, right?
Yeah,
Assuming it would be me.
yeah, you're the only one who can use them, I think.
Okay, out of curiosity, is that going to be based off like my own version of Cure Light Wounds now?
No, it'd be whatever's
It's,
in the spell, whatever's in the wand, so it'd be like 1d8 plus 1.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's a +1. Okay.
Jadorsky, want to carry a board?
Sure.
All right.
What is the way?
And let's see. Alyssa, you want to carry some maps and a book?
We may as well just leave those in the library.
All right.
What books?
The city map and blue book of Absalom. It's not like we're going to be going back to Absalom anytime soon, I suspect, so might as well just leave them here.
Yeah, they're nice because they're stacking bonuses to finding a place in Absalom.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have like enough trail rations and stuff? Because I have a feeling we might be hitting the dead of civilization here real quick.
Well, you guys can have mine.
There's a large stockpile of stuff, of like basic foodstuffs here, wasn't there?
Yeah, I mean everything you need to survive is currently in the keep.
Can we ask some of the skeletons to go out hunting for us?
Yeah.
Deer are incredibly dangerous to Bob. And to ensure that they don't come back from the dead, they need to be properly dressed, salted, and then cured for the winter.
Nope, the skeletons won't, but to get away from the skeletons, some of the other society members might.
Oh, come on. That was worth a bluff check at least. All right.
Well, at my -3, let's give it a shot.
Oh, excuse me.
Hey, pretty decent bluff for my 0 personality character.
Still doubt they're going to buy it, but you never know.
Yeah, skeletons don't buy it. So you guys very easily are able to stock up on rations for the trip.
I've also got a very good survival skill if we need it.
I have a very poor one, but I have one.
Also, if you guys look at the drive, there is now a new spreadsheet fashioned in Tyler's spreadsheet fashion.
Hmm? Locations found, huh?
No, that shouldn't be it.
It's been there.
Books in the library?
Yes.
Well, you said there were tens of thousands of books here. I don't see them listed.
Oh, there they
These
are.
are the books that you actually know what they are.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, I won't be a dick and start opening random books.
You might open random books, that does not mean you can read random books.
I'm sure you can find a random book title generator on Google somewhere.
I'm sure I could. So,
Doesn't our sorcerer have comprehend languages?
He does.
that'll only go so far with some of these books. Remember, that didn't work on the Lich's book.
No, we didn't notice that he had it when we started that.
Oh, okay.
James, you might want to reconnect. You're starting to robot even worse. Might be a bad connection.
Oh, we're down to 5 viewers.
Yeah, so us basically.
Okay, well, I say we try continuing on with the adventure.
You guys want to give me 5 minutes while I'm shutting down and restarting?
No,
Yep.
you just restart the Google Hangout is all.
Oh, okay.
Well, why don't we take 5 minutes anyway? Because
Yeah,
I have to pee.
And I want to grab some food, so sure. All right, see you in a little bit, and this is probably a good time to stop my stream anyway. Take a break. We'll be back in a few minutes.